Okay, let's be real for a second. Saving money, it can feel like a total grind, right? A chore. But what if you could flip that whole idea on its head? What if you could turn your budget into a game you could actually win? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. How to literally level up your finances.
You know that feeling, right? You set a big savings goal, you're super motivated for, like, a week, and then it just fizzles out. Yeah, you are definitely not alone. The thing is, traditional saving often feels like a punishment, a constant reminder of all the stuff you can't do or buy. But what if we could flip that script completely?
All right, so first up, let's dig into the why. Why is it so hard to stick to a savings plan? Well, here's the thing. It's probably not about a lack of willpower. Nope, it's actually about a major flaw in the way we usually think about saving. Yeah, this savings grind is a real thing. Think about it. It's super passive, you get zero immediate feedback, and that big, shiny end goal can feel so incredibly far away. It's like trying to play the world's most boring video game. One with no points, no levels, and absolutely no fun. Just a long, slow, painful grind to the finish line. But this is where the story gets good. It's time to explore a totally new way to play. We're going to call it playing the money game. And no, this isn't about ignoring your money. It's about making your finances interactive, super engaging, and maybe, just maybe, even a little bit exciting. So what in the world is a gamified savings challenge? Well, at its core, it's pretty simple. It's a system that basically steals all the fun, addictive parts of video games, points, levels, rewards, and applies them directly to saving money. Just think of it like a personal financial quest, where every single dollar you save is another step toward victory. So how does this actually work in practice? Well, picture this. You get these cool visual progress bars that fill up as you get closer to your goal. You earn awesome virtual badges and trophies for hitting different milestones. You might even get little daily quests like, challenge, skip one impulse buy today. The whole point is to give you those little wins that keep you motivated and coming back for more.
Okay, but why is this so ridiculously effective? I mean, it sounds simple, but there's a real science to it. It's not magic, it's all about behavioral psychology. We're about to crack the secret code behind why our brains are basically hardwired to love this stuff.
And this right here just lays it all out so clearly. On one side, you've got traditional saving, which is all about what you can't do. It's about restriction. But on the other, you have gamified saving, which is all about achievement. It completely reframes saving. It's no longer a penalty. It's a series of small, awesome wins.
So here's the brain science breakdown. Every time you complete a little quest, like saving a few bucks, your brain gives you a little hit of dopamine. That's that feel-good chemical, the same one you get when you level up in a video game. Then you've got something called loss aversion. Basically, once you start a saving streak, you really don't want to break it. Put those two things together and you start building powerful saving habits almost on autopilot.
And hey, this isn't just some feel-good theory. The data actually backs this up big time. A 2022 study from the Journal of Consumer Research found that when apps use these psychological triggers, people increase their savings rates by a whopping 15 to 20%. I mean, that is a huge jump. All right, so you get the why this works. Now for the really fun part, the how. It's time to choose your character, or, your challenge. There are so many different games you can play, and there's one for pretty much every style.
So let's take a quick look at 3 of the most popular options out there. If you're a beginner and you love structure, the 52-week challenge is perfect. If you feel like your spending habits need a hard reset, the No Spend Challenge is your go-to. And if you're someone who loves a bit of randomness and a really big goal, the 100 Envelope Challenge might be just the thing. See, there's a game for everyone.
Let's dive into a classic, the 52-week challenge. I love this one because it's just so simple. You start super small, just $1 in the first week, then $2 in the second, and so on. It feels so manageable, but by the end of the year, you've suddenly banked $1,378. Pretty cool, right?
But okay, maybe you're looking for the expert mode. If you want to hit a real high score, check out the 100 Envelope Challenge. You literally have 100 envelopes labeled 1 to 100. You randomly pick one, put that amount of cash in, and by the time you're done, you'll have saved a massive $5,050. Wow.
So you ready to start your own challenge? Awesome. Here's a super simple 4-step quick start guide. First, define your main quest. What's your big goal? An emergency fund? A vacation? Step 2, choose your game board. Is it an app, a journal, or even just a plain old jar? 3, set your rules and, just as important, your rewards. And finally, step 4, and this is crucial, track your progress and celebrate those wins along the way.
Okay, deep breath. We've covered the what, the why, and the how. Now let's talk about the best part, the ultimate prize. What's the real-world payoff for playing and winning the money game? And again, this isn't just some abstract idea. I want you to meet Sarah, a 28-year-old teacher. She used one of these gamified apps, and for her, it was all about the virtual badges. They gave her that little push to stay consistent. And the result? She saved over $1,500 and finally paid off her credit card debt. Now that is a real-world high score. And Sarah's story isn't a one-off. The benefits are super clear. People stick with these challenges 2 to 3 times longer than they do with regular saving. They tend to naturally cut their spending by 10 to 15%. And here's the big one. They build strong, long-term habits that can seriously lower their financial anxiety. That's a huge win.
Now, like in any good game, there are a few traps or boss levels you need to watch out for. First, burnout is real. If it stops being fun and starts feeling forced, switch it up. Second, remember that most challenges have an end date, so always be thinking about your next quest to keep that momentum going. And finally, if leaderboards and social pressure stress you out, just ignore them. Focus on beating your own personal high score.
When you boil it all down, gamifying your savings is really about changing your entire relationship with money. It's about moving from a place of stress and restriction to one of play, achievement, and empowerment. The tools are all here, the rules are simple, and trust me, the rewards are very, very real. So, the only question left is, are you ready to press start?